Please give it up for Chris Jarvis, who'll be speaking about civil rights.
Yeah, I'm blind. I can't help it. On June 28, 2009, we will mark the 40th anniversary of the Stonewall riots in Greenwich Village in New York City. The Stonewall riots were a series of spontaneous, violent demonstrations by LGBT Americans and their supporters who were being systematically abused by authorities. In this case, it happened during an unwarranted police raid of a gay bar. After facing the tyranny again and again, the gay community reached their breaking point. The Stonewall riots set off the current gay rights movement and are the reason to this day that in June of every year there are gay pride parades. The gay rights movement and all that we've gained since that night in 1969 was because we as a group of people said enough is enough. So when do we in 2009 say the same? The Supreme Court's ruling today in this case is shameful. If you read the 185-page ruling, you'll find a whole lot of justification. Justification for why they can't overstep the will of the people, justification based on previous decisions regarding revisions and amendments, none of which compared to the case that was before them. There's justification after justification and even pats on their own backs for how neutral they were in basing their ruling on the law and the constitutional process of the state. What they clearly missed was that, lost my place here. After Prop 8 passed, the court should have immediately stepped in and nullified it. It was a violation of the very foundations of this state and this nation. A majority cannot be allowed to control the rights of a minority. Look at the Californians who are happy with this ruling. Look at their justification, the will of the people. It's very easy to tout the will of the people when legislation based on the will of the people has no effect on the lives of the people who voted it in. How can they live with this when they come to the realization that they've stripped a minority group of Americans of their equal rights just because they can? And how can they praise the court for upholding Prop 8 when just last year they were denouncing the court for making the landmark ruling which gave us our rights? For me, our movement has a problem with challenging the opposition in the debate over same-sex marriage. We can't seem to stay on topic, simply because the opposition, who worked so hard and spent so much money to strip us of equality, never stays on topic. Every argument and justification that comes out of their mouths is mere distraction, sleight of hand. Their talking points are manipulations and outright lies. We may be arguing for why civil rights should be afforded to all Americans, but they're arguing about vague concepts of belief, tradition, and morality. We continue to allow the debate to be controlled by their diversions. We continue to engage them over matters which have nothing to do with the issue, and it's working for them. So clearly we need to change what we're saying. Instead of grappling with opinions and traditions, we need to address their responsibilities as American citizens. Their responsibility as an American is when they step into that voting booth, their first obligation is to support and legislate equal civil rights for all Americans. So since we're forced to address the voting public once again in order to construct a ballot measure which might return our rights to us, my suggestion is that we stick to the facts. We're not working to change anyone's personal beliefs or opinions, so with that rationale in hand, I'm going to be bold and suggest that we leave the philosophical discussions behind us and concentrate on the truth. The truth is that this has never been done before. Never before in this country have civil rights been stripped from a select group of people by a simple majority. The truth is that homosexuality, bisexuality, and all other shades of sexuality are just as natural in our species and most others as heterosexuality. The truth is that marriage in America is a civil act, not a religious one. That cannot and should not be debated. Just send the next Christian who tells you marriage is religious down with an opposite-sex friend to get married at the county clerk's office where there's no church, no crosses, and no Bible. The truth is that legal same-sex marriage in other countries has had zero effect on opposite-sex marriage. It's a fact. You can find the scientific studies online, print them up, and pass them out to whoever does not believe you. The truth is that legal same-sex marriage threatens no one. infringes on the civil rights of no one, and has zero effect on opposite-sex marriage. That's the truth, which is why they never explain the threat to traditional marriage. They can't, because there isn't one. The truth is that legal same-sex marriage is not about what anyone believes. It's not about morality. It's not about opinion or family values or how you were raised. Most importantly, it has nothing to do with religion or religious freedom. Religious freedom is alive and well in America. We're all allowed to believe whatever we want or not believe something. But they're saying that religious freedom gives them the right to inflict their religious views onto others and to legislate and construct our lives by their value system. Religious freedom is about freedom to believe or not, but religious freedom also means we are protected from being controlled by religion.